Hello everyone, Mandy here and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a happy new year and welcome to the new year. Today we're going to be doing a new series on my channel. We're starting a little tiny short series on my channel, and it's going to be about critiquing my Minecraft roleplays. Because believe me, I make them. There are things that I don't like about them. This series will consist of 5 videos, and these 5 videos will mainly cover Rowan's story or Rowan's diary, which will be this one. The next one will be One Woman's Death, then Minecraft Enchanted Origins, then Enchanted Redwood High, and then basically any FNAF series I made ever. And then when I think of more that I want to critique about my stuff, then I'll just add on the video at a later date, but that's all I have planned for now. This series will also be converted into a TikTok series as well, so if you want to check out those, make sure to follow my TikTok. But without further ado, let's get on to the first video. Rowan's story, aka Rowan's diary, because yes, that was the original title for the series that I changed last minute because people got butthurt. This series is arguably one of the most popular series that have ever been on my channel ever, and also one of the series that I have literally tried to remake many times. It's a thing with me. We know this. Let's move on. This series I liked, but I had a lot of qualms with. One of the main things I hated about the series was the 2 main love interests, Rowan and Connor. I hated them together. At first, when I originally wrote the script, I really liked them, and I thought that they would, last and actually be together. They won't be now. I don't like them. The way that Connor turned out made me severely not like him, and since Rowan is a self-insert character, no thank you. We'll get into as to why Rowan is a self-insert character later, because not all my characters are self-inserts. They kind of have to be a little bit, because this is my channel and the channel kind of revolves around me. It's called MandyMiss. It revolves around the person who creates the video. Hi, yeah, it's me. But talking about Connor, and just Connor right now, because Rowan had her own issues and her own shit she was going through and dealing with. Connor turned out to be a very clingy and possessive person. He turned out to be kind of your worst nightmare in a boyfriend. He turned out to be one of those guys who wanted you all to themselves and didn't want, you to be talking to other guys, be seen with other guys. He turned into one of those because there is like an iteration of this story where it goes into college years, and I have that planned out. Will I ever make this series again? I don't know. There is a whole nother script and a whole nother narrative for Rowan's story with a completely different name, outlined really differently, and the story told a little differently, and starts on Rowan's first year instead of Rowan's second year. For anybody who shipped Rowan and Connor, I'm sorry, they don't make it. They don't make it. I hate them together. I don't like Connor as a character. I feel like he's just no, I can't deal with him. I don't like him. He's not my fave. Moving on. Speaking of men who I don't like within my series, Aiden. I don't like Aiden. I had to write so many scenes with Aiden that made him look like a terrible person, because the character truly is not a great person. He gets a redemption arc at some point. You guys see him get a little bit of that redemption, but he has a whole redemption arc, like making up for his, mistakes, saying sorry to those who he hurt, etc., etc. He gets character development, and I hate that he does. Inherently, Aiden isn't a truly evil character, but I had to write so many scenes with him just being malicious and him being completely in the wrong to then turn around and make him into a good guy, because that's how the story was supposed to go, and that's where the narrative was headed. But I didn't like that. I wanted him to not be redeemed, but in the end it all plays a part of a bigger picture that's a lot more not concerning, but a lot more controversial when I get into the next topic. So yeah. But at the end of the day, Aiden is one of those characters that I hate to love and love to hate, basically. This next character is arguably one of the most controversial characters I've ever written ever, and it's Crystal. Crystal is based off of a person who I have dealt with in real life, and that is why she is so controversial. She acts exactly how this person acted towards me at that time, and that's why Crystal is the way that she is, because she's based off of an actual person. But writing Crystal was actually kind of easy because she is based off of a real person and the personification of that person and how I felt about them at that time. Since the first series released, she developed into less of that person and more into the mean girl trope as the series developed. But the critique that I have of Crystal is that she's just basic. She's a basic mean girl that drives the story, and she is a lot more malicious than you guys saw. She is a lot worse than you guys saw. Crystal doesn't get a redemption arc. She is one of the characters in this story, one of the few characters in this story that doesn't get any sort of redemption for herself. I did that on purpose because she is based off of an actual person. Because she is that mean girl trope, I automatically dislike this character. And even though writing her was easy, unlike with Aiden, when writing him was rather difficult because I had to put him in situations where he was being manipulated by Crystal, but not a lot of people knew that. Not a lot of people saw that. Crystal is the mastermind in this whole series, or at least for the first 2 seasons. And why is she like that? Because of a really stupid reason that I wrote in. Because she's mad that Rowan is the new girl and is getting attention from the guys. That's it. It all just chalks up to like boy drama at the end of the day for this series. Because that's all I knew how to write at the time, apparently. And speaking of that's all I know how to write at the time, poor/lazy writing. This series was originally an event series, and I'll get more into that later in the video, but the series was me getting my feelings out. Therefore, the story wasn't the best that it could possibly be. And since the original release of it, I have done a lot of work on this story, because whether I'm producing series or not, yes, I still write these stories, I still write scripts, and I still do a lot of stuff with them. And I can tell like when and how my writing progressed throughout many of my series. Like this series compared to One Woman's Debt, like the new One Woman's Debt that you guys saw a little bit of, is like leaps better, because Rowan's story I cared about, but I only cared about it enough to vent my frustrations. And then I laid back on tropes and bullshit basically in order to further drive the story, which is why the series ended kind of abruptly and with a really stupid and weird plot twist that I didn't originally want in there, but ended up with that, which was Rowan's mother getting pregnant and Rowan's father leaving them because of that. And originally that wasn't supposed to happen, but I fell back onto a lot of predictable writing, because once I got like the main issues and the main frustration out of me, I was done with it. Like I didn't care anymore, basically. The drama of this freaking series, guys. Oh my god. There was a lot of drama with this series behind the scenes and a lot of drama on the screen. A lot of the drama behind the scenes was literally because of the name, because it had the word diary in it. Another person who also had diary or diaries in one of their Minecraft roleplay titles didn't like that I also used that word, so they attacked my channels and came after me like very publicly because I used diary in my title. So that's why the name got changed to Rowan's Story, and then eventually the name got changed again when I rewrote all of it to make it a more cohesive story, and the new title of it is called Honest Voices. I'll just share that because I don't know if it'll ever, be released or come out or whatever, because I'm really trying to not remake old series that have been produced by me like 20 times, but it might be. I don't know. I might try it. I might try to do it eventually, but I don't think I will. But yeah, there was a lot of drama with this series on and off screen, but also the drama on the screen was a lot. I packed a lot of information into episodes because I wanted every episode to matter. I still do that, but now I throw in a little bit of filler each episode as well. That way it's not as overwhelming for people to watch. But I also think people liked this series a lot because of how much drama was packed into each episode. It kept people hanging on to it. And I still get requests to this day to finish the story or remake the story or remake the series in general. Because arguably this was one of the best series on my channel, or one of the most viewed series on my channel for some reason. I don't know why, but at the end of the day, people liked it, and that's perfectly fine. If people liked it, they liked it. Like I mentioned before, this series was a vent series for me, and it was also not my best. This series was not my best because it was a vent series. I was venting and frustrating out my emotions through this series and basically putting pain into art. That's what I was doing, and that was the thought process. I'll vent my feelings through this series and be productive still, basically, because I'm not going to go into detail as to why this series happened or as to why I was venting, because it is still something that I am dealing with to this day. The situation that happened, I truly don't think these people know how deeply they hurt me or wounded me. I truly don't think that they know that. I truly don't think that they are willing to acknowledge that either. So I don't really want to talk about it because I'm still dealing with it. I still have issues from dealing with this thing that happened to me, which yes, was within the Minecraft roleplay community, and it was just a lot. I have a lot of trust issues still because of it, and I have a lot of paranoia still because of it. Because it was a vent series, it wasn't my best work, and I was venting my frustrations through the story that I was telling. And like I said before, once I got that out of my system, I stopped caring about the series because I had vented, I had gotten it out. People saw what happened, people saw what I was going through. Even if I wasn't directly telling them that I was going through it, people saw it, they acknowledged it, they supported Rowan, which is why she's a self-insert. So yeah, this series isn't totally because of that one situation though. It was an overall event series. Did I start the series because of the situation that did happen? Yeah, but I also put in a lot of like past things that have happened to me. So I put some of old stuff back into there too that has happened to me. So this series was literally just like based off of stuff that happened to me in real life. Obviously there's a lot of dramatization within it, which brings me back to the drama because I didn't go through an actual court case within my life. I added that in there to make it different because I don't see a lot of stuff like legal proceedings and court cases within Minecraft roleplays. I thought it would be something different to add, and yeah, I thought it would put a spin on the series and make it my own, and it did. But to end off this video, this is just my opinion on the series that I created. Like, I literally made this series and I'm over here critiquing it. I don't think that any series that I make is 100% perfect. 100%. Rowan's story had a lot of plot holes. It had a lot of questions unanswered, and it had a lot of stuff in it that didn't 100% make sense or wasn't completely thought through. Like 100%. Like, there was a lot of confusing stuff that happened within this series, but people really liked it, and I'm glad that people really liked it. There is just some stuff that I would personally change and that I have changed over the years of rewriting this story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching it, and I will see you all in the next one. I hope you have a good day / night / whatever time it is for you. Leave your thoughts and opinions on Rowan's story in the comments below if you have any, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye bye, guys.